can get it done here, though.
Require 48.
8 for tops, 16 for double 16. Tops it is. Is it going to be revenge?
Game.
It certainly is, as Stuart White eventually gets over the line. A match he was winning 3-0 before the fight back from Cullerton. We've got it back to 3 apiece, but Stuart White just a little bit too strong in the decider, although it's Cullerton with the higher average. 84.71 in defeat. A couple of 180s in there as well, and 13 scores of a ton or more was not enough. Up next, after the short break, Marvin van Velzen up against Adam Hunt.
60.
And listen, all things can affect it. You could have had a bad night's sleep. You could have been rushing around before getting here. Your preparation might have been affected by something outside of the sphere of darts. Great to create that atmosphere for the players.
Game on the second leg.
Lovely little finish for Adam Hunt.
With a ton-topping finish, he needs something to inspire him here. Still on, if he can find tops. And maybe that's the spark for Marvin van Velzen.
143. $97.
So Van Velzen should get a couple of darts, a double to win this match. We say should because there's been a couple of misses on those single numbers. They've been more precarious than the doubles, it felt, in this game.
Marvin, you require 46.
Well, he's had to work for this, Marvin van Velzen.
Game.
And he's got over the line to get the better of Adam Hunt. He actually apologises for winning. It was a scrappy game, it has to be said. Van Velzen a 4-3 victor against Adam Hunt. And for the second day running, he's won his first game. A little bit of a celebration there. Probably more a outtake of relief more than anything else. But Van Velzen the victor there against Adam Hunt. After the break, Neil Duff up against Bradley Rose. Being a part of that pack of sorting out the interviews and all of that. And there was a lot of emotion that ran through his face that day. It meant a heck of a lot to him.
When he was nailed on from the start in... Oh, hang on. Oh, what a start from young Bradley. The 18-year-old popping out the big fish to break throw in the opening leg.
116.
I'll be dead.
Going to be one dart at tots of Duff for 116. And that's the second big finish we've seen in this game. Bradley Rose kicking off with a big fish, 117. Neil Duff sending it back to 2 apiece, or 116. And then finds that kick when he needs to for a potential 11 dart leg to get the game won. And he's going to have the luxury of time. Time he doesn't need, because Neil Duff has beaten Bradley Rose by 4 legs to 2, a 92.5 average, a ton plus finish en route. That was a good start to the day for Neil Duff. Maybe he's going to be the player that puts a marker down to the rest of the field as the day develops. As for Bradley Rose, real good start to the game. Just dovetailed in that last leg or so, but it's Neil Duff who picks the points up, and it means there's going to be 3 players on 8, 3 players on 4 after our first round of fixtures. Next up, it is Adam Hunt in action up against Stuart White.
An end goal.
Second leg, Stuart.
Right now, the end goal,
game on.
Very much like for this man, Stuart Little, is an opportunity to play here at the Super Series.
That's what it's like to be on the other end of this, because he was 3-0 up against Nile Cullerton, and it was Cully who pulled it back. Can he find tops to make it 3-1? Indeed he does.
Stuart White.
With a ton on the nose.
Yeah, a double. He's just taken out a ton to save it. He's not going to take out the 101, so Adam Hunt likes double 18. He's got 3 in hand. Now we're going to see him pick up his first win of the day, Henry, and move on to 6.
Indeed he will, and Adam Hunt moves himself into the winner's enclosure, beating Stuart White by 4 legs to 1. And so he moves on to 6 points, keeping pace with the top 3, condemning Stuart White to 8 points. But after the break, Nile Cullerton could become the first player to move on to double figures in this group if he can get the better of Bradley Rose. Back in the match when he came back from 3-0 down to draw level in his opening game against Stuart White, and he comes on 2-0 down to level up at 2 apiece in this one. But unlike his opening salvo, he'll be hoping to go the full 19 yards and win those full 4 legs. Needs himself on 106 upon his return. For Cullerton, he's looking to leave it very handy. And he's going to do exactly that. This is going to have to go, Bradley, otherwise the game may go.
106.
180s in consecutive legs for Nile on this comeback, which can now be completed
98.
with
Nile
41 remaining. 1 for tops to get it done. And get it done, he does. 4 on the spin for Nile Cullerton, an average of 83.71, 85.50 for Bradley Rose. Frustration for young Bradley after looking likely to go on and win the match whilst leading 2-0. But a fair fight back from Nile Cullerton. When we come back, Marvin van Velzen takes on Neil Duff.
As well. Well, that is some way to go for 88. I don't think we'll see that combination too many times, but it's one that works for Van Velzen. He'll have at least 6 on 96 to complete the 4-1 win. May only need the 1 dart. A double 18 to seal a 4-1 success. And Neil Duff is making a march on day 2 here at the... There we are. Second max of the opening leg. Both on 78 after 12.
Wow.
38. Adam, you require 78.
One of 2 things. Lack of concentration or nerves.
Game shot of the first leg, Adam.
Classy
Hunt.
response from Adam Hunt, a 180, followed by a 78 out and a 15 dart breaker throw, 1-0.
It's going to be 1 dart at tots. Hasn't missed a dart at double yet in this match. And that record continues, and it was a leg that he should never have won, but he has it in his leisure.
32.
Adam Hunt can take care of the game if he can find double 16. That's the first dart he's missed at double in this game. Can you find a way? Yes, you can. Get it between the posts and in. And Adam Hunt gets the better of Bradley Rose by 4 legs to 0. An improved performance from Adam Hunt. 88.41 the average. A couple of maximums in there as well. 4 out of 6 when it came to the doubles. Perfect in that department in the first 3 legs of that game to get the better of Bradley Rose by 4 legs to 0. Next up, Stuart White against Marvin van Velzen. Poke on the shoulder to Van Velzen. As to say, this is going to have to go. And it's only going to be the solitary dart at tops. But when he's had 1 dart in hand, he has, by and large, found it when it's been clutch.
You require 86.
Are we going to see our first breaker throw? It's just in the 18 that leaves him ball.
Big dart incoming. Big dart found at a big time. And you can see what it meant to Marvin van Velzen. It probably had to go with his opponent left on 32. And is that a game changer for the Dutchman? Van Velzen all the way back in the 200. So he's got the luxury of time to take out the double 16. And now the double 8.
Game shot.
And Stuart White moves on to 10 points, moves on to double figures in the group. He gets the better of Marvin van Velzen by 4 legs to 3. Getting over the line, an 83.64 average, 4 out of 10 when it comes to the doubles. He beats Van Velzen by 4 legs to 3. Next up, it's the top of the table battle between Neil Duff and Nile Cullerton.
He's still left himself plenty to do if he gets a go. Cullerton in the mood for the 120.
Game on the second leg.
There's your answer.
Nile Cullerton.
That first dart was so inviting for him to pitch just above, and then he climbed the ladder up for tots to a 2-0 lead. Here from the double struggles in the previous leg, and may well find himself back at
86.
3 apiece. We could have a massive leg of 501 incoming. Doesn't have to chase the bullseye, so went the treble for double
He's
four.
on the sixth
And we're
leg,
going all the way
Nile.
to a last leg decider. And how typical is that after a leg where both players toiled and struggled on the doubles? Duff gets the double
Seventh
four,
and
first
final
time of
leg, Nile
asking.
to
And it is
throw
going to be the reigning
Game on.
WDF World Champion who has the darts in the decider.
He's back
Nearly required.
with 3 in hand at double four.
To move himself on to 12 points.
Game, shot.
And 12
the
points he
match,
finds himself
Nile
on.
Duff.
Nile Cullerton had his opportunities to win the match. Neil Duff hung in there and found a way to win. It wasn't exactly a classic, but Neil Duff did enough in the clutch moments to get over the line, beating Nile Cullerton by 4 legs to 3. We're going to take a short break, and afterwards, Stuart White is in action up against Bradley Roos.
The confidence goes. He's left himself a bit of work to do.
130. Stuart required.
That would have been a steal.
35.
Oof, wouldn't it ever?
2 at double 16.
Just finds the single 3.
In fact, he's only had 2 darts at double from here.
19.
Well, that
Bradley
could be
required
game-changing.
10.
And Bradley Roos then back for double 5, and he's earned this opportunity. Can he convert the double 2?
6.
No is the answer, just drags low.
Stuart requires 16.
And so, for 3-0,
Game shot on the third leg, Stuart White.
it wasn't a vintage leg, and he struggled towards the end of it to actually get over the line, but he does.
Took his medicine. Realised it was futile staying up on the
59.
20s.
Stuart
I
requires
went for the 48 for
32.
32 and hit it. And he hit the 32 for the match. Got to move.
No score. Bradley require
Well, this would be the
142.
ultimate Hail Mary for Bradley Roos. Starts downstairs. Can't convert, and so Stuart White back for
48.
32. Back for double
Stuart
16.
require 32.
Play 4-1 success.
Game
That
shot
means
and the match,
that Stuart White is going to find himself in pace with the league leaders. A 4-1 success there for Stuart White. A 4-1 success against Bradley Roos. We're going to take a short break. It's Hunt against Duff after that. Things can get a bit messy, as it did at times yesterday. To climb the ladder to the top rung. Job done for Neil Duff to break in the opening leg.
Yeah, very tidy. 15 darter.
To
81.
Saturday night's finals here at the Live Lounge. A place Neil Duff tends to get to more often than not. And that's mainly because of some blockbuster darts. And if you want to watch some blockbuster darts, have a scan of that QR code. It sends you over to dartshot.tv, and that's a place where you can get tickets for every single Saturday night final here at the Super Series. You may see some special moments. Are we going to see a special moment here? Because Neil Duff is on the 9!
180.
Well, we can't promise you a 9 on a Saturday night. We can promise you
95.
a great night out of sporting entertainment.
Talking of sporting entertainment, we nearly had the ultimate moment there.
105.
And you know, it would have been so typical of today, after every player have had their moments of toil and trouble, that there would have been a 9. Duff's on for the 10.
58.
And he's putting in the standard of anyone so far this week. Double 18. In it is, 4 and 11. An excellent leg for Neil Duff to break the throw of Adam Hunt's leg. Could get it done in the space of 15 in this one. He's got the luxury of time as well.
Shot on the fourth leg.
Well, that's an 11 and a 14 to open up a 3-1 lead, and Neil Duff is severely meaning business here. Because they could be level on points, or there could be a 4-point gap, assuming he gets over the line here. Can Adam Hunt find the fish? The bullseye! Oh, he wasn't too far away. Neil Duff had a little look over his shoulder to see whether that went in. And now maybe he wants the bullseye now. This for the win. And that would have capped off an incredible performance.
Adam required
Would have
25.
capped off a match where he would have ended with an average of 104.
Game shot on the fifth
As
leg.
it is,
Adam
Adam
Hunt.
Hunt picks up his second leg of the match and his second 14 darter.
59.
2 at tops.
Game
And Neil
shot
Duff,
and the match,
with the performance
Neil
of the group so far, gets the better of Adam Hunt by 4 legs to 3. An average just underneath a ton in the end. 4 out of 9 on the doubles, 3 maxes as well. He threatened the 9 darter midway through that match as well. Is that the performance from Neil Duff that helps him towards finals night on Saturday? He is beginning to stretch a lead in this group. He is 2 points clear now of Stuart White in second place before they meet in a couple of games' time. But next up is Marvin van Velzen up against Nile Cullerton.
You will tend to just beat yourself up a bit, and you've just got to resist doing that, because if you drag that negativity over, before you know it, you're 3-0 behind and still cussing your... Well, it's not luck, is it?
57. Nile 36.
Cussing yourself for blowing opportunities.
Nile Cullerton.
Well, that was just the 16 darts less than leg 1.
What a difference a leg makes. A
Third leg
13
Marvin
darter,
to
2-0 lead.
first. Game on.
Well, it was...
The ball.
Game
2-1. Excellent dart. And a G up for Marvin van Velzen. It's been quite attritional for him so far, but maybe that's just the moment that can spark him into life. Oh yes, bullseye. Oh, this would be some way to finish if he can find tops.
And the match,
it hasn't been pretty at times, but now Cullerton beats Martin van Velzen by 4 legs to 2 with a 1-3-5 to finish. Next up, Neil Duff v Stuart White.
It requires 64.
Single 16 for tops to lead.
Game
Oh, and you can hear the come on.
Neil Duff.
Neil Duff, of course, unbeaten so far today.
Action in Group A, 2 18s.
Game
And Neil Duff completes the card for day 2 at the Super Series. He gets the better of Stuart White by 4 legs to 2. And it has been a happy day for the Duffman. 90 average, 4 from 10 on the doubles. He really was the player of the day. He was a player that brought the levels up in this group, and he gets the 10 points that his efforts just deserve. He beat Stuart White by 4 legs to 2. Is Rose van Velzen up next?
4.
Can he find a way? Has to shuffle across. He may have a small portion of the bed to aim at. And he's found it. What a dart!
All these type of players, Luke Humphries, Michael Smith, the list goes on. If they start forcing things, the throw starts breaking down.
Game shot on the 4th leg,
Because
Bradley
it relies on that softness of everything.
To wrap up a win to finish his day. 2 9s. For Bradley Rose to seal a 4-2 success against Marvin van Velzen. Both players have had a day where they've been through the mill to a certain extent, but Bradley Rose comes out of a victory, comes out of an 83.2 average, 2 maximums in that game, and it can give him something to build on for tomorrow. The case for both players tomorrow will be trying to accumulate as many points as possible and try and give yourself as much confidence as you possibly can going into that Group C campaign on Thursday and Friday. Right, one more game for us. Now Cullerton against Adam Hunt.
Or where you've got the options to play Pro Tour and Dev Tour until you're a top 32 player, of course.
$134. Now you require 136.
Another one of them. Would have left 8-8. Hunt back for 60.
96. Adam, you require 60.
Tops. 1-0. And it's a break of throw for Adam Hunt. 17 darter. Could be a Sam Fender. 17 going under. Oh, hello. Double 19. Tops.
57. Now you require 40.
For Desmond. It's 2-2.
Nile Cullerton.
Needs a treble to get 2 at a double. Gets the treble. gets the double. Clinical finishing from Adam Hunt.